I'm Stephen Ward. This is my week 5 knowledge check video. Let's get into it. How is an approximate price level is established with influence from demand, cost, profit, and competition? Well, demand-oriented pricing, it'll take from customer demand and revenue implications. Cost-oriented pricing approaches the emphasis to cost aspects of pricing, focus on balance between revenues, costs, and set price, which can include target profit, the return on sales, and then return on investment. Finally, you have your competition-oriented pricing, which what the marketplace is doing, and then the last one, which is demand, and that is uh, the customer demand. What are the major factors considered when setting a final list or quoted price from the approximate price level? Well, first, manager must decide whether to follow the fixed price versus dynamic pricing policy. Like, do you sell at a certain price the whole time, or are you inflating like gas does, depending on economy and how much a barrel of oil cost? And then, like, second, manager considers the effects of the proposed price on the company. Like, are you having to raise the price to pay for your employees? Are you lowering it? And then, like, what is competitors doing? And finally, consideration, the last factor should be the balancing the costs and revenues, particularly when price and cost changes are planned. So, like, you're balancing your revenue, and what you're having to pay. Chapter 15 briefly describe what a marketing channel of distribution is. Marketing channel distribution, or simply it's a marketing channel, consists of individuals and firms involved in the process of marketing a product or service available for use and consumption by customers or industrial users. And like intermediaries will make the flow of the channel possible to buyers from producers. And intermediaries, like what are intermediaries and what are their three basic functions? Well, intermediaries are basically the middle people that make the flow from producers to consumer possible. And the three basic functions involves buying, selling, and risk taking because intermediaries stock merchandise for sales, like Walmart, you're going to stock toothpaste when you're anticipating higher sales, like let's just say Christmas time, a lot of sugar, a lot of people need to take care of their teeth. You probably might sell a little extra toothpaste. And also, say you have kids who believe in Santa Claus, but they're bad about brushing their teeth. Well, you might, and this is from my own personal experience where my parents wrote saying you need to brush your teeth better from Santa, aka them. But the point being is you can use that, and so you need more toothpaste potentially. And then what explain what supply chain and logistics are and how do they relate to a marketing strategy? Well, supply chains is like various firms involved in performing various activities to create and deliver a product or service to customers. And like supply chain, that can be like Amazon, for example, where they have a bunch of stuff in their warehouses that they use vans to deliver. That's sort of how their supply chain works. They have big giant warehouses that can ship to smaller, or sometimes goes directly to consumer depending on the area. And then like it says, how do they relate marketing strategy? Well, you can use the supply chain and your supply chain will flow from a clearly defined strategy. Like, are you home delivery? So, like, say you're Amazon who delivers to home. Well, you're gonna get a lot of vans and you're gonna move your products which can be a wide range, but in those vans, they're going to make a bunch of stops to homes, deliver these packages. And you think, oh, how can that be a strategy or whatever? Well, Amazon is from warehouse to store. It's not like FedEx, it's not like UPS to where, oh, you may be shipping it to somebody else, or oh, we got to get it on plane. Oh, no, no, no. They get it from somebody and give it to somebody. Amazon has it from them to consumer. So now instead of getting it from point A to point B, it's getting it from your warehouse to there. So you have to customize your strategy of logistics and supply chain and how to get it there. And that's why I say with Amazon a lot and to mention vans because vans is what they use. You see a lot of Amazon vans. Occasionally you'll see the trucks on the interstate where they say truckload to prime, but they are heavily van oriented. And then chapter 16, describe each of the utilities that retailers provide. Retailers provide time, place, form, and possessions of utilities. Time utility is provided by stores with convenient, like, let's just say time of day, like, say they're open 24/7, like gas stations are. Like, oh, I can get gas or I can get let's just say, a quick candy bar or soda at night. And then, like, the place utility is provided by a number of location to stores. Like, you see often, like, in Winston-Salem area, you see a bunch of Speedway gas stations, some Circle K's, a few Shells, Exxons, and that's a place utility. And then possession utility is provided by making a purchase possible or easier to where it's like, hey, it's right here on our shelf. You can easily come get it. And form utility is by producing or altering a product to meet customers' specifications, like custom t-shirts, custom gloves, custom bats. And then final one, briefly explain the alternative ways retail outlets are classified and which they entail. Retail outlets are classified by their form of ownership, levels of service, and type of merchandise line. The forms of ownership can include independent retailers, corporate chains, or contractual systems that include retailer sponsored cooperatives or wholesale sponsor voluntary chains and franchises. Like your franchises, you'd be McDonald's to where you pay royalties, but you get to use the McDonald's name, all that. And then for the and then like levels of service include like there'll be self-service, like gas or limited service or full service outlets. Like so there's more than one level. Like let's just say, oh, like the well, let's just say gas station, that's a self-service level versus like say let's say a full service uh retail outlet would like let's just say a Louis Vuitton store where they meet you, greet you, all that. And then stores are classified by merchandise line. Like you'll have, let's just say we have two Dick's Sporting Goods stores here in the Winston-Salem area. One towards Moxville, the other one towards the Greensboro area. One's a clearance store and one's a regular store that carries everything new. And the clearance store is going to have probably some use, maybe used stuff, stuff that hasn't sold, older stuff. And let's just say, okay, so for example, the new Dick store would probably have 2026 golf clubs, baseball bats, gloves, while the discount or clearance store probably have, let's just say 2020, it's 2022, 2018. Like it's going to have the older models. Again, hence discount because it is not the newer stuff. And that is my marketing for this week. Thank you.